Hello and a very good afternoon and good morning. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Mosby. Thank you for joining us. It is the weekend. Yay! I hope your weekend's going well. Oh, less than 2 weeks away now till the big day. Who's getting excited? Who's ready and raring to go? We're excited here, as you can tell. Christmas jumpering it up once again. A new one, which is actually a new one for you guys, but an old one for me. It's one of the original Mosby Christmas jumpers, bit of a vintage collection, the old Christmas pudding. I'm sort of filling this out nowadays as well, which is a bit distressing for me. But start again in the new year, Ben. Start again in the new year. But listen, one man who's also with me over the course of this show, by the way, it's a masterclass, and we're going to be bringing you some hints and tips, demonstrations on an amazing collection. It is the Gemini Layerable Cuttable Sentiment dies. I always have a problem saying that. But one man who doesn't have a problem saying that, one man who's looking forward to doing the demonstrations and showing you his Christmas jumper, it's Craig.
Good afternoon and good morning, depending where you are stateside. Yeah, we've got a cracking masterclass. I've been doing quite a few teasers over the last few days on my Insta stories. This is a collection we've had for a couple of months now, maybe just not quite a couple of months. I've never had the chance to do a show with them. I've got them at home and I have been playing with them and using them, but I really am beyond excited to show you what we could be doing with them. We're throwing a little bit of a spanner in the works, good spanner in the works.
Oh.
We may make a card or two. But we're going to be doing things with the nest and dies because we've got them on as well. We're going to do a bit of home decor, maybe a bit of a party invitation, maybe a gift box. We're going to be doing a few different things in ways that you can think, oh, don't need to just use them for my cards. Let's use them elsewhere. We're going to go bright. We're going to go bold. Ben's going to go through the collection in a moment with the actual 12 by 12 paper pad. So we have got a jam-packed full, actually, not just a jam-packed full show, we've got a jam-packed full day as well. But we are kicking it off, of course, with masterclass.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, I've seen this collection on a number of occasions. I really, really like it. And safe to say that, well, I can't believe it. It's the first time that Craig has worked with this collection on Crafters TV, and the first time producer Johnny has worked with this collection as well. So, I mean, these guys are going to be uber excited, as I know you are as well. As always, if you want to get in touch throughout the course of the show, we would love to hear from you. You can get social with us on Facebook, also YouTube, anything you want to ask us, anything you want to share with us. And if you just want to join in with the general conversation, which will no doubt happen over the course of this show, who knows what we'll be talking about come 3 o'clock this afternoon, you can do. But also, if you want to send in pictures, things like, we want to see your Christmassy pics, we want to see who's got their Christmas jumpers on today as well. I've enjoyed the Christmas jumper galleries that we've done over the last few days. So if you've got your Christmas jumper on today and you're crafting, make sure you send it in. But also, any of the collections that we've got on this show that you've already got, then send in pictures of what you've made as well so we can share them with the rest of the world. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is the email address. Must say hi to Mary, who's already watching from Malta. Sarah from, Mary from Malta. Sarah from Australia. Sarah, thank you for your message, by the way. You sent to my Facebook page apologising that you didn't tune in yesterday. We love having you with us, all of you, but you don't have to send me an apology if you don't watch. Honestly, it's fine. It's fine. But felt like I was like a school teacher or something. You get like a note.
I've had that a couple of times as well, just saying I'm really sorry you didn't join us. As Ben just said as well, you know, we understand, so do not worry.
Sometimes, you know, people have to go to work and do other things than sit and watch us, but no, thank you, Sarah, that's really fine. Laurie from Ohio, Diana from Indiana, Mary says, hello and good morning, everyone. Hello, Ben, Craig, and Crafters TV crew, and Angelique on YouTube says, you look adorable as an elf. I'm a pudding. Oh, you're talking about...
You're the pudding, I'm the elf.
Do I look adorable as a pudding?
Yeah.
Yeah! Right. Let us... what? Squidgy, did you just say? Producer Joey just called me Squidgy. That's outrageous. Squidgy? I'm not a squidgy pudding.
Is that what the wife calls you?
Not telling you what she calls me. Come here, you squidgy pudding. Right, let's move swiftly on, shall we? And talk about... How did you you find that out? Let's go with the Gemini. I find this so odd to say. I love this collection, right? But I find it so hard to say. It's the Layerable Cuttable Sentiment Die Collection. As Craig mentioned, it does come with a 12 by 12 pad as well, which we'll look at in just a second. I've just realised I'm going to have to dismantle the display because I haven't got another one, which could be interesting in a minute. But basically, what I love about this is you get the ability to build these up, to create, as we're going to see, some amazing fronts for your cards, some amazing pieces of home decor, and so much more. And once again, the system is absolutely brilliant because you have got with this the ability to be able to cut out all of the various pieces. So here is kind of like your base die, if you like, to be able to cut out the actual base that you're going to build up onto, and then you've got all of the other different dies to create the kind of trimmings, if you like, and then the actual word itself. So in this case, family. So, you know, if you want to, of course, you can use all of these individual items separately, but look how beautifully they piece together to create a wonderful sort of front piece for your project. Now let's go through all of these because there's some amazing ones in here. This one here is It's Your Birthday, and once again, how cool is this? You've got the base die. Use whatever colours you want. I mean, we've got the cardstock, as I said, the paper pad for you on the show as well, and then you build it all up. Love the fact that this one, you've got the little crown to sit on the top of the It's there. You've got the heart balloon too, and some little swirls included in there as well. Such effective collections of these, but they're so simple to use. This is the point. And what you're seeing again is you've got something for each and every occasion, a day to remember. So I mean, come on, you're going to be using that for all sorts of different occasions, whether it is a birthday, whether it is a wedding or a christening, whatever it might be. Again, so simple, base die, and then all of the extras to build up this beautiful finished project there with all those beautiful flowers on. Next up, let's party. Yes. Oh, I look forward to a party when we're able to have a party again. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I forgot what it's like to go to a party.
I did. I forgot what it's like to have a night out.
Well, yeah. What is it like to have a night out?
I know.
We'll rediscover that soon, I'm very sure, hopefully. But anyway, Let's Party is great. Again, there's your base. I love the colours that we've used here. And I love the hat particularly, as you can see. We've got little spaces for you to like build up your little layers again there. So we've got a little polka dot spotted hat with the balloons and all the other bits and pieces to create Let's Party. Then we've got You Make My Heart Happy. Ah, isn't that cute? Again, that is loads of heart dies. All of the words as separate dies in those different fonts as well to build up onto that layered finish. We've then got Hip Hip Hooray! Again, I mean, you're going to be using this time and time again with the fizz and the sparkle and the champagne flute there as well. So cute, so cool. We've then got Thanks a Bunch. Again, so usable, so easy to pop together is the point of these. Even if you've never crafted before, even if you've never made your own cards before, these are the kind of sets that are going to allow you to make cards which everybody is going to love. Next up, this is brilliant, just for you. You've got the big present there again, build it up with the ribbon and the lace there and the hearts just for you. Boom, off you go, choose your colour palette and you are away. I think this one's my favourite. Home is where the heart is. Again, how cool is that? The little base die there, cutting you out the house shape, and then again you add it all up. You've even got, look at that, a little die there to cut out the chimney top there, which is so cool. I love that. And those are all of the dies that you're going to get in this collection. So 73 elements that you can build up. You're then also going to get. Don't knock it down, Ben. Don't knock it down. It's like a game of Jenga, is this? You've also got this paper pad. So you've got 12 by 12 matte cardstock, gorgeous colours, right? You've kind of got all the colours of the rainbow in here. So you've got your whites and your blacks, of course, which you always need. And then take a look at the colour palette that you have got here. It is absolutely gorgeous. And you'll have seen on the boards there that many of the colours from this pad have been used to make up the various sentiments that we've got there. You're going to get within this 50 sheets, 180 GSM in all of the different colours that we have got there. And I know Craig has got, I'll put that back in a second because I feel under pressure when you're watching me to put it back on there. And then the guys, Charlotte and Johnny in the studio, will laugh when I start knocking over stuff, and like Craig will probably laugh as well, so I'll do that in a minute whilst he's talking. So if I do knock anything over, you'll never know. Am I showing some cards now? Do you want to?
You can show some cards if you want.
No, you do it, because I feel like I'm...
No, you go. You sure? You go for it.
Okay. No, Craig very nicely picked me out some cards to show. So I kind of feel I ought to do it because otherwise he'll get cross. You wouldn't want to see him cross. So
no one likes an angry elf. No one likes an angry elf. You know what Buddy says? No angry elf.
Oh dear. Here we go though. Look, thanks a bunch. Absolutely gorgeous once again. We've also got, by the way, some amazing layering dies on the show for you as well, which we'll come to in just a little while. You've got a bit of a mixture there of bits and pieces. Love this one particularly. A day to remember. Right, how cool is this? So again, using the system to build it up, but then things like pop in your little photos inside there as well. I don't even know what you would call that card. A twisty photo card.
Yeah, well, we've got that element either with the Precious Memory collection, or if you got the pop-out boxes recently, there's like that little mechanism in that one that you could always use within the middle. Twist and pop, I think.
Yeah. Wasn't there that band off Britain's Got Talent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was also a drink, wasn't there?
Was there?
Twistin', not
Shout, twist and shout. Come on.
There's definitely there was an old drink, twisting something.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll look at that in a minute.
No idea. But anyway, moving on to this card here, just for you again, adding your layers in. I love that, using a bit of craft card on there, really, really effective. Again, if you want to add a bit of sparkle to your makes, you can do here. Look at that one, gorgeous, with family. There's so many of these, and I love this one particularly. I know this is something that Craig's going to look at and show you something similar over the course of this show, but for invitations as well. Let's Party, so you've got the little Let's Party banner on there, and if I can just open this up, you can see it's a little party invitation. So from cards to invitations to also, let me just show you this, home decor pieces. I mean, come on, how inexpensive can you buy these frames for? You can pick these up for a couple of quid, I would have thought, and then you can decorate them with all of the different pieces and layers that you've got from this system, and then that works brilliantly, doesn't it? Home is where the heart is. That's going to look absolutely great on the wall at home. Or again, if you're looking for inexpensive gift ideas that you can make with sets like this, then that is a brilliant way to go. Normally over £90 or $114, you're paying £60 today or $75 for this collection. Platinum is £48 or $60. Really good value for money, and again, the kind of collection that you'll use day in, day out. Just maybe if we've got them available individually, the pads as well, you might want to get more of those. Other things that we've got on the show though, as I've mentioned, we have got your nesting dies. Now we've got the stitched flower, fancy rectangle, fancy oval and fancy square set. Fairly new to the channel of these, but 39 in total, and again, always handy to have your nesting dies, making it nice and easy to add depth and dimension to your cards for your mats and layers as well, and some really interesting shapes in that particular collection. Again, a saving of 25% today brings that down to £30 or $40 if you want to go for that today. We've also then got your nesting dies, scalloped and stitched edge, circle and oval collection. Again, I love the fact that you've got your sort of regular ovals and circles, but that's got the stitch detailing in there, of course, and then you've got the scalloped edge as well, so you've got kind of a little bit more of a fancy edge to it as well, if you like. Again, 38 elements, so many different sizes of nesting die within those collections, giving you kind of ultimate control and versatility. £35 or $46, saving almost £17 or $22. Also on the show, which you'll be seeing Craig using, I'm sure, is the Scoremaster board and Envelobox Creator. Again, such a handy tool to have. You know, the Envelobox Creator, obviously, for making those amazing envelopes, envelope boxes. Again, how many of those were you going to use at this time of year for popping little gifts into? And the Scoremaster, again, super handy to have, particularly for creating lots of different cards of different styles as well. Oh, details have disappeared, but that is on the show for you. Check the web for full details on that. crafterscompanion.com.co.uk or .eu. £19 or $19, which is a heck of a buy. Right, lots of messages still coming in. Melissa on Facebook says, Craig, such a hot little elf. Nina says, Ben, you look outright yummy as a pudding. And Melissa on Facebook says, why do you guys call sweaters jumpers? Do they really? We don't really use the word sweater over here,
No,
do we?
we don't, do we? No,
No.
we're jumpers.
Yeah, jumpers. But yours is more like a hoodie.
It is, yeah. Mine's is a hoodie. It's got a little...
Yeah.
Over.
Ah, he's even hotter now, look, and cuter. Look at him. Ah, bless him. Look a bit like Robin Hood.
I do actually, don't I? Yeah. I think I more look like Robin Hood than I do Buddy the Elf.
Oh dear. And sorry, we'll move on to some demos in a minute. Eleanor says, where are your hats to go with your outfits? That would be cute. Well, I tell you what, because I'm prepared, I'm going to pop these on, all right? And I'll hand you over to Craig, who will put his on for you ahead of the first demo.
Absolutely, of course I will. Seeing as you said, Ben, I will absolutely do that. Mine are just here.
Oh, he's got them. I didn't think he had them.
Yes.
Ah,
got them sitting just nestled nicely just at the side. I think what I'll do though is
step into Christmas. Into Christmas. We can watch the snow forever and ever.
what we'll do, we'll leave them on.
Yep.
They're not the most comfortable glasses.
No, they're not. I'll vouch for that.
While we're demoing, what we'll do is we'll just leave them on. We'll maybe pop them on every now and again throughout the show.
Yes.
But what we're going to do, we're going to have a little bit of a party. So we're going to use Let's Party. And I thought what we'll do, this was a teaser I gave you on Instagram the other day. What I just done on Microsoft Word, other printable software things available online. I just printed out very, very simply on a piece of A5. This is our smooth white stamping card. I just printed out venue, date and time, RSVP. You can put any other information that you want. And then what I'm just going to do is, we'll matte and layer that towards the end, just using the brights, and that's the paper pad that Ben was just showing you earlier on. So we've got a nice selection of brights, but as well as some of the darks, like the black. And then using the brights paper pad, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the die set here. So if I'm going to use, let's use a bit of white, a bigger piece so that you can see this up above. So this is how you've got your dies, that these all come. So you then start to build upon them or layer them up. This is obviously the name that they come from, layerables. So you've got all these individual components, and what these are going to do is, like I said, they're going to layer up, but every one of these, certainly on this set, is going to go through your Gemini Mini or your Gemini Go. So even if you've got a small die cutting machine, they're all going to go through. We've now got it in stock, we've got the MIDI, so I'm going to be using this one. However, you can go through the Gemini Junior or the large Gemini. The MIDI's not on the show, but it is on the website, so you just pop across and have a look. Now, by doing them on the small folder, then obviously you can just do one or two at a time. If you're doing the Gemini Junior or the MIDI, you can do a good size amount of die cutting at once. And these are what I always like to call our bit box, Ben. So all these little bits of card I have cut from my paper pad, but how many of you at home think about that drawer, that box, that container that you've got that have got loads and loads of little bits of cardstock that you don't want to throw out because you think you're going to use them at some point, but you don't know when. This is now going to be perfect for these. So what we're going to do is let's just start to layer some of these up. You can go whatever color combination you want. There is always a bit of a guide that you can see on the front if you want to follow that one, and same with a bit of a step-by-step, rough step-by-step on the back. But it's just about having fun, taking your time and enjoying the building up process.
And the great thing about these as well is, if you are fairly new to craft, as we think a lot of the things that we bring to you, they're so super simple to get working with. You don't kind of need to be expert level crafter to craft with these in their simplest form, do you?
Absolutely not. Whether you're using a manual die cut machine like our MIDI, as long as you are able to run a folder through, you can absolutely do that. And when it comes to your electric die cut machine, popping that plate in, that's all that you need to worry about, is just feeding that through. And then afterwards, it's just about sticking them together. So that could be using your dotty tape pen, that could be using your tacky glue with your fine point. What I have done just with my small Xyron machine, I've just used my Xyron machine to have all of these already adhesive on the back. But yeah, there's so many different ways or different mediums that you can use, so they are really, really straightforward. And the thing is, and the key thing I want to get across with these ones, is they are fun. You have that fun when it comes to building up the layers.
And how much fun are you going to have, right, putting this one together, particularly knowing that, I don't know, you're making this to send out as an invitation because you're getting ready to party. How amazing will that be, when the world gets back to where it was and you can make these and actually send these these out as an invite to the party of all. Imagine the first party that we can have.
I know.
When it's all over. How amazing is that going to be?
It's going to be so much fun. It's something so many of us are looking forwards to. It's, you know, even if it's not necessarily a big party, but just a get together to like family or friends back into the house. It's just going to be so nice just to have just company in your own house as well.
Yeah.
Something we really are looking forwards to. But when it comes to this one, let's party. So you can see on this one fits all on our Gemini MIDI plate, so therefore it's going to fit on our junior plate. There is as well this tiny little dot just here, and this is a circle die cut. Took me about 10 minutes to work out what this one's for. What this one actually does is this middle part. So this is the party hat, this is the outside, and then this is then what's going to be the detail of the party hat that we'll show you just in a moment. But this little dot, that just goes into the middle there, and then that's what's going to create that circle aperture within the hat. Sorry, it'll all become clear just in a moment. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to close our folder. Now I know we don't have the MIDI on the show, but just to say, I know I seen a post on Facebook, someone said about the folders warping. What I like to do is on each side of the folder I'll write A, then I'll write B, then I'll write C, and then D on the other side. And it's kind of just a bit of a mental guide so that each time so at this time, I would then, for instance, I would be running this through on side A of my folder. Then when we come to do the next demonstration, I'll flip the folder over and I would do it on B, then C, then D. So it's a bit of a mental guide, and in that way you're constantly flipping the folder. You're not having to always think about what side, and it keeps the folder flatter for a lot longer.
Flip, rotate.
Yes, that's it. So here we go, we're starting to build upon the actual layerable sentiment. So we've got the backdrop, then we've also got the alphabets that actually die cut the words let's party. So we've got all of these ones here, so let's just take these ones here. So we've got let's, we've got party, so we can then pop all these bits out. Why not keep them, use them as stencils and that as well, so you could do a bit of inking on the background if you wanted to. Always have a look at to see what your waste produces, how you're able to use that. So let's go for let's P-A-R-T.
I thought you were going to do an impression of the mask then for a second.
All right, no, I was actually waiting for you to shout, why, party?
What does he do?
No, I just went P-A-R-T.
Why?
And I thought you were going to say party.
What is it? He goes P-A-R-T-Y, cause I gotta. That's it.
That's it.
From The Mask.
That's it.
I love that film. I've not seen that for ages.
I've not seen it for ages.
Can't make the scene if you ain't got the greens. Smoking.
Classic film.
Hey, it's
Classic
great.
film.
Do you know one of my favourite things about that film?
What's that?
When he does the my name is Cuban Pete. I'm the king of the Ramba beat, when he's doing the song on top of the police cars.
Oh yeah. That's I know what one you're meaning now.
And he shakes his maracas, doesn't he?
It is such a classic film now, isn't it?
It is a great
really,
one.
really is.
I bet it's about 25 years old now, you know.
That's scary.
Do you ever put those films on and you think, oh, it's like 10 years old, and then you we put Die Hard on the other night. I think, oh, it's probably about, I don't know, like 20 years old. Yeah.
Nah.
Try 32.
Well, the prime example was Home Alone.
Home Alone's like 30.
It's 30 years.
30 years.
This year. I know. That's scary. That's scary how time flies, how films, even Night Elf, that's about 12 years ago or 15 years ago.
Right, producer Johnny's just The Mask, right? 26 years old. 1994. Charlotte, director Charlotte's just gone, well, that's when I was born. 1994! I was starting my GCSEs. Oh dear. 1994.
1994.
So you're 26. 26. I was 26 when I was your age.
I was 9.
How old were you in 1994?
I was 9.
9.
Yeah.
Johnny, how old were you? Oh dear. I'm the oldest one here. I was 50. No, 1994? I was 50. I turned 15 in 1994. No, I don't look at everyone, do I? It was a good year. Producer's going to Oasis versus Blur. Premier League. The Mask. Craig was 9.
I was 9.
Sorry, show us the hat. Was reminiscing about how great 94 was.
A lot of party hats back in 1994.
Yeah, there were party hats.
A lot of party hats.
Lots of parties.
Lots of parties. I bet you were. I was still a bit young to be going out to parties, but I'm sure many had a good time.
You must have got the parties when you were 9.
Well, yeah, like I went to like parcel parties.
That's what I mean. That's the parties, isn't it?
Well, no, I didn't mean like nightclub parties or that.
I hope not when you were 9.
Bit young for that.
Yeah. But you know, you were at parties with the party hats and
I was
the
at
little...
home watching The Mask.
Yeah, watching The Mask, yeah. And having...
Parental supervision, of course.
Yeah.
We can see from this hat now, so you can see what I mean on this one here. That little circle, that then just adds that little circle detail within the party hat. So then when we layer it on top of the backdrop of the hat, this is where you have got that detail that's just popping through all the way through the hat. So what we're going to do then is you can see how these have all just die cut just beautifully. Nice crisp clean lines as you would expect. So you start to then layer them up. So what I've done on these ones here is I've already die cut them and put them through my Xyron machine. What you could also do, if you have got your double-sided adhesive sheets, pop your cardstock onto them, then die cut them, and these all become stickers that you could pop on. So we can pop all these ones. You're really making me feel old by what you're saying in our ear.
Producer Johnny's just rattling off other things from 1994, and he's saying like big films from that year. Forrest Gump. Oh, I love that movie. Pulp Fiction, Lion King, and Friends. The Friends started in 94, did it?
Yep.
Wow. Wet, 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 Love Is All Around stayed at #1 here in the UK for about 10 weeks, didn't it? Wow, 15 weeks at #1. Cool. It was a good year, 94, wasn't it? How did I miss all? What was I doing at 15?
See, I'll need to try and think what I was doing as well.
Well, probably primary school. PlayStation.
Well, yeah,
PlayStation 1 in 1994. God dear. I think I had my Sega Master System 2 in that year. Used to think I was great.
All these old computers, eh?
I know.
So I've just die cut that back one, as you've seen, in the yellow. But what I've also done is I've also done it in the red as well as the black, and just done a bit of a shadow effect on that one. You know how I'm loving doing bits of shadow effects at the moment. So then I'm just going to pop that one on. So this then creates pretty much like a triple shadow effect.
Yeah.
So then this is when the extra fun comes in. So what we can start to do is we're going to start with our sentiment. I'm going to use my pokey tool because I find it easier to actually transfer the sentiments on. Then you can even start to use the actual image on the packaging as a guide. That's what I do. Now you'll actually see if you follow the sentiments along the bottom, you've kind of got little positions where you can pop them. Like you can see the P goes into there. What I'll do is I'll lift it up a wee bit more. So you can see the P goes into that little space there, the A goes into that space. So you can kind of work it out in that way. So all that I'm just going to do is just using, I'm going to start with the party at the bottom bit. And then all that we can then just do is just position them into the space there. And then we're
quite self-explanatory, isn't it?
It is.
You follow the design on the front of the packet.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you don't go exact, if you want to do it a little bit of a quirky angle, you absolutely can do. It's just there is a bit of a guide, that you can actually follow. And then if you want to do something a bit different, maybe go, like you say, a bit of an angle or change the colors, anything like that, it's entirely up to you. You've got the dies, you've got what the end product would look like. However, what you can then do, come along and, as I say, change the colors, change the way it looks. Maybe you want to do some inking, and then what you can do then is create your backgrounds or your backdrops with your inks and then die cut them so you get a nice sparkly sort of look. But then we're just going to then carry on. So we're going to pop the L. We're then going to bring in the E. So once again, I'm just popping them all the way along, and I'm kind of just throwing my pokey tool on the floor. We're just going to then just pull them back into place if need be. And I'm just going to go for the T. And some of it will overlap, so this is why I would tend to start with the sentiment first, and that's because if I bring this back in again, see how the party hat starts to overlap the sentiment. So if you start with the sentiment first and then you can build upon that one, or layer upon it as the name is called, pop the S, and you've even got this little space here. You're just going to pop that, I can never remember what they're called. Is it
what?
Top comma or apostrophe or
apostrophe, isn't it?
Apostrophe, isn't it? Yeah.
Or did you call it a top comma?
Top comma. Yeah. Couldn't think what it was.
That.
Top comma.
I'm going to call it that from now on.
Comma.
Top comma.
That's, yeah. I think I might start calling it that.
I think you should.
And then
Top
layering.
comma.
That's a good one, actually. Top comma.
Top comma.
Top comma. Top hat and a top comma.
Oh, dear.
And then bring them in. So you can see, if I then just bring this back up, I'm going to relayer that once again. Just slowly bring it up. Now with that little circle we popped into the middle, what would happen is you would have seen these little bits of lilac poking out, but just by adding that little circle within the middle, it just adds to that effect of the party hat. Then we're going to bring in this top bit just here. Now this little bit here, I'm going to add just a little bit extra depth to it. And what I'm going to do, tiny bit of foam pad. So if I bring my scissors as well, and I'm just going to cut just a little foam pad. If you've got the little squares, mine's are hiding somewhere, I've misplaced them, but we'll just cut a little square of a foam pad. So then you can still start to even add a little bit of height to it if you want.
Yeah.
So if I pop a little one there, I'm just going to chop that excess off. So this is then going to just go onto the top of the top hat. So taking the backing off, and then this is going to layer onto there. And then what I also done is the actual image on the front, you know, it doesn't suggest anywhere to pop that little circle, you know, that come from the party hat.
Yeah.
So what I've just done is I've just then added it into the centre of the party hat there. So I've just added it on, just saves wasting it. I know we would use it elsewhere in our crafting. So let's just, I'm going to pick that up with my glue, add that into there. And then we've got these balloons as well, so we can just take these ones off. And then I'm just going to bring into these. So if I just bring that one on, and if I bring in that one, now where's my other one? I did have a couple. So if I bring that one, so let's go for another green one.
We've got lots of questions coming in, which I'll fire at you in a mo. A lot of people ask whether, has this been on HSN previously, do you know?
I'm sure that it has. I'm trying to rack my brains back. I'm positive these have been on HSN, yeah, these ones. Positive. And then, sorry Ben.
I was just going to say that,
yeah.
I'll do a section of questions with Craig in just a second, because we're getting lots coming in. We've also had a poem which has got some musical notes by it. It's done to the, it's from Melissa on Facebook, who has done this to the tune of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's very good actually. It ends quite violently.
Oh really?
No, but I'll I'll read that to you in a minute.
I'm intrigued.
Stand by.
Intrigued.
Jean on Facebook saying, by any chance did you two have an Irish coffee before coming on air? You're both so funny and excitable today. Keep it up, you're making my day. I certainly.
Brilliant.
Well, yes, I did. I went running earlier on. I was out running with Sarah this morning in the rain. Just go for a little run, she said. 6.5 miles later, freezing. Got holes in my trainers as well, so I had soggy feet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that why you came crawling into the office this morning on your feet?
Hey!
You were like knackered.
I have 6.5 miles is just nothing for a man of my fitness ability. I laugh in the face of 6.5 miles. Ha!
I could barely walk 6.5 miles, never mind run 6.5 miles, Ben.
We did it at a nice steady pace.
Did you?
Yeah, it was fun. I'm feeling all right now. Whether or not I cramp up later on during the craft test. If you see me disappear behind the counter at any point, you know the old cramps kicked in.
Well, I'm sure we'll be able to find a seat if we need it.
Oh well, we used to, didn't we, on Craft House?
On Craft House,
but
yeah.
That's all been taken away. Producer Johnny took it away from me a couple of weeks ago when I was here. I said, I'm looking forward to sitting down in Craft House. And Johnny was like, no, taking that away. I was like, yeah, good one, Johnny. It's actually true.
You knew you'd be go running.
Why did they take away the sofa?
What was that?
Why did they take away the sofa?
I don't know, actually. Yeah.
Oh, dear. Wonder if they'll ever bring the sofa back.
I wonder.
In the future. Wonder if that's going to be a thing again.
Who knows?
Stay tuned to find out. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Never know, we might get a new sofa.
Nah, I can't see that.
Do you not think so?
New stuff? Nah.
Yeah, well, I'm first in line. I'm still waiting on my sofa.
When did you order this sofa?
SCS, if anyone watching from SCS, I'm still waiting.
I don't think think you're allowed to do that, are you?
I'm joking. I'm joking. They have been excellent with their customer service. Just due to COVID, that's all. No one's fault.
Yeah.
But there we go. We'll have a bit of a party just there. We've got that one there. Let's party. We've just had a little bit of fun. So of course you can do it on the front of a card. What I just done is the balloon there with the white, I just added it on the top of foam pad. And then the little circle that we used on the top of the hat, I've just die cut them a few times and then just done 3 of them there and then just done one up onto there. And then what you could do, so the one that I'd already done is I just filled out, and then what we've just done is just filled it out whether it's going to be, you know, a party, you know, you could theme it, colour, theme it, anything you want. Go black and gold if you want to as well. So don't always just think about cards, you know, we'll do a bit of home decor later, but then you could be doing your party invites and that. And I just want to say one more time, I was just joking. SAF have been brilliant. If anyone is just watching, they have been good. It's just because of COVID thing.
There's a question here, just to reiterate, from a head of SCS. No, not really. Tessie on YouTube says, what weight of paper was Craig using in that last demo? It was from the set, isn't it? So 180. 180. So he swafted himself over there. He's getting a bit hot and bothered. It's only a joke. It's a joke.
It was just a joke.
Right, let me give you some questions very quickly.
Yes.
Mary Lee says, it's the Magical Mosby and Hottie Scotty show. Fun is bound to follow. Love the pudding and elf jumpers. Now, RS Strickland on YouTube, I don't know if you are doing this actually in this show, but it says, will you be demoing the Envela box? Mine has just been sitting since I got it. Or is that something for another time?
I tell you what, there's no plans to, but if we get a bit of time, we will do. What I will do, this isn't a cheap plug, but if you go onto my Facebook page, my own one, Craig Laird CC, I actually used it on my Facebook Live last night, so I showed you. So I'll try later on, there's no guarantees, but if you don't, then what to do is just go onto my Facebook page from last night, and I was using it on that.
We have got the Envela box and Scoremaster on the show, of course, but we haven't got a huge amount of stock, so get it if you want it nice and early. It's a really good deal on that bundle. We'll reiterate that later. Mary Lee on YouTube says, is there any easy, non-messy way to fill the mini bottles with tacky glue? I make a mess every time that I try.
Just simply by, really, they are really quite easy. So you've got your little fine tube, so there's kind of like 2 different packaging with the tacky glue. There's an older style and a new style, but either way, just turn the top, so then we've got that little nib that is then opened, and then what we're going to do is just then go in. So don't take this blue bit off, keep it so that you've got that fine nozzle, and you see how it just sits nicely.
Oh yeah, perfect.
And then we're just going to squeeze, and then you can see how it just nicely goes in. So probably what you're maybe doing is taking that whole bit off, or you're maybe taking this whole top bit off. Don't, just unscrew the top so the top opens, and then there you go. It's mess-free, absolutely clean and easy to top up.
All right, a couple more quick ones. Belinda says, urgent question for Craig. I'm stamping onto jute Christmas sacks. Which ink type should I use, please?
So,
I don't even know what that is. What's jute?
No, I know. So maybe like a bit of a Hessian. A bit of a Hessian.
Jute.
Jute,
I might have to Google it.
So I'm trying to think, if it's a bit of a Hessian, it's a bit of material. Jute. It depends. What I would probably do, I would be more inclined to use our waterproof, because if you're maybe going to be taking it out, you know, if you're hand delivering parcels, you want it to be a bit waterproof. I wouldn't necessarily be looking to do colours of that.
Oh yeah, it's like Hessian.
Bit of Hessian.
Yeah.
I would use black, I would use our waterproof, but if it's Hessian, it's texture, you're not really going to get a crisp, clean image. If you are going to stamp, then I would go for the waterproof.
And one final one, Regina says, do you have any tips for getting rid of the excess glue from the Xyron, especially on more intricate die cuts?
What I would do is something not a lot of people actually know about. Fiona does this, I do it as well. So when you actually run it through your Xyron, when it comes out, what you would do is you would rub the back. What to do is pop it through your Gemini Junior or your large Gemini. Do it with the embossing configuration, so with your embossing mat, not your magnetic. So it's just as if you're embossing your cardstock, but instead you're embossing your strip of Xyron. That pushes all of that adhesive onto the back of your cardstock, and then you don't get any excess bits.
Brilliant, as always. Thank you, Craig. Carline on Facebook says, I've just noticed that Craig is wearing an elf costume with antlers. I'll call him Rude Elf. Hey!
Who were you yesterday? Who were you yesterday?
Exactly right. That's brilliant, Rudolph. And also, as I say, we've got that song which we'll do from Melissa a little bit later on. Let's have a look though at some of the other goodies that we've got on the show. Have I done the wrong ones first? Oh, okay, we'll do these ones. Sorry, I was calling the shots from the floor now. Look at me, just ignoring what they're saying in my ear. I'll do these ones first. These are these. These are really busy, and I'm not surprised. These are the Gemini Nesting Die, Scalloped and Stitched Edge Circle and Oval collection. 38 elements in total here. Absolutely brilliant for getting your mats and layers perfectly done each and every time. As you can see, you're going to get the collection first of all here of your scalloped edge circle from the biggest size, which is 4.5 by 4.5 inches, right down to the smallest die, which is 2 by 2. You've also then got within this collection, love these particularly, the oval scalloped edges. Again, 7 dies within this particular collection, size wise 3.9 by 5.9 inches down to 1.4 by 2.1 inches. Again, having sets like this, I think it's kind of like the cornerstone of like making your mats and layers particularly, and your apertures as well, really gorgeous. And actually, you're not having to worry about hand cutting and measuring, because it is all done for you. And again, this next collection that you're going to get is gorgeous. I don't know how well you can pick this up. Maybe we can see it with Craig just a bit, but you've got the oval shapes, of course. Then they've got beautiful sort of a stitched edge detailing around the side of those. They look absolutely amazing. You're going to get 11 dies here. Look at the size of the smallest one. Are you kidding me? That is brilliant. So you've got 4 by 6 is your biggest, and it goes right down to the little ditty one down here. That one is 0.6 by 0.9 inches. And again, you're then also going to get your circles. Once again, these have got such beautiful detailing in the stitching around the outside of the actual dies themselves. You're getting 11 here once again. 4.5 by 4.5 inches is your biggest circle, down to the smallest. I mean, just amazing. 0.7 by 0.7 inches. £35 or $46 for that full collection if you want to go for that today. As I say, having these sort of nesting dies, I think really the cornerstone of making your cards really nice and easily indeed for all of those mats and layers. These were the ones I was supposed to show you a few moments ago, so I will show you these now. Fairly new actually to the channel, these. You might not have seen them before, but these are the stitched flower fancy, rectangle fancy, oval fancy and square nesting dies. Again, 39 of these in total, and what a buy this is. £40, excuse me, or £30 or $40. This one here is your stitched primitive flower. Well, have I got, did you leave me some cards with these?
I did, yeah.
You did? Oh, well, I'll have a look in a second. You've got your stitched primitive flower. You've also got your fancy rectangle. Then you've also got your fancy square. Again, 8 different size nesting dies within that collection, and also your stitched fancy oval, 11 within this collection. Here we go. Can find some here, and these are kind of some of the things that you can create. Absolutely gorgeous. Love this one with your kind of diorama card here. I always think as well, look at that. Again, you've got the gorgeous design and then the stitching detail. Hopefully you can see that on the gold around the edge there, but you've got the cutout at the front, the aperture, and then the layering up of the actual die inside as well, underneath that gorgeous butterfly. These are really stunning, aren't they? Again, look at that. The depth and dimension that you can get when you've got nesting dies is just absolutely fantastic. Of course, with these two, you've got the ability to put together the ever popular shaker cards as well. As I say, I think the cornerstone really of any great card, aren't they? Your mats and layers, and that's what you've got the ability to do here. Here, as an example, you've got the aperture there, and then underneath, layered up detailing with the scalloped edge with that one. Here again, using the layers on the outside with our cute little reindeer, and then again layering up on the inside as well with the sentiment. Just great. And the scalloped edge again here, again, the aperture sort of almost like that's cut twice, isn't it? And then the inside detailing there, giving you again more depth and dimension. Just super, super handy to have. And again, like I said, for your mats and layers, it just takes another layer of having to kind of almost measure, because you've got the, what's the word, the gradiating of the layers from the biggest ones about 4 inches down to those diddy ones that are under an inch big. Really handy to have in your collection. And I love the fact as well that you've got not just kind of like your bog standard shapes, have you? You've got something which is a little bit fancy. You've got something with a little bit more detailing, and with that stitched edging as well is just gorgeous. £30 or $40 if you want to go for the fancy stitched nesting dies. That is £24 if you're platinum, or $32 if you're platinum. You're already saving 25%, but more if you're a platinum member. Now, to let you know how busy we are, we were going to bring, well, I won't even get it out, but we were going to bring to you the Scoremaster board and the Envelobox creator. Unfortunately, don't scream and shout, but it's now
sold out,
gone. I did tell you a minute ago that we didn't have a huge amount of stock, but it has disappeared. We will be looking at the Scoremaster though later on in the show, because I know a lot of you have already got that at home. But well done if you managed to get your hands on that. We didn't have huge stock, but that stock has already been snaffled up. Right, let us go back over to Craig and says, you two are nuts. It's great.
We are indeed. Let's carry on. Right. What we're doing, we're going to, this is kind of focused on the nesting dies, but we are going to use the layerables on this one here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to bring in the scalloped edge ovals for this one. We're going to create a card blank for this. So I've already die cut 2. I need 3 of them, and I've used that biggest one. So we're going to then take this one, and then we're going to run this one through. So all of these sizes will go through your Gemini MIDI. You can see just here. So let's run this one through, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to secure it with a bit of tape. And when it comes to anything card blank wise, like this one's going to be, I'm using, and we do tend to use, I'm saying I do, I know a lot of us on the team will use our white smooth stamping card as kind of like a base for any of our card blanks. So we're going to then take this one here. So that's us now got 3 of them. So what we're going to do is then go over to our stitched edge. Now, I don't know if we still had it in stock. I know originally we did have a 12 by 12 patterned paper on the show as well. Might have sold out beforehand. But what I've just done is I've taken one of the patterned papers from the backdrop. So then what I'm just going to do is, if I then just run this one through, I'm going to then bring in my layering one. So this is the stitched one. Yeah. So I'm just checking what size that I've done here. So we're going to go with this one. So this is the 3rd one down that I'm using. So what I'm then just going to do is take that one, and what I'm going to do is pop that one into place, and then what I'm going to do is tape that one like that, and then we're just going to run this one through with our folder so we can see just here. I think this what the Everyday Celebrations is what this one is from. It might have been, they might have actually taken it off if it was low stock. It was originally meant to be on. Okay. But even then, even if it's not on, if you're wanting to know where it's come from, it was the Everyday Celebrations. So I can bring this one out here.
No, so we have still got it in stock.
Oh, still got it.
We have still got it, yeah. So have a look on the web for that.
Brilliant. So I do only need one. I had just die cut a spare one just in case. So there is now our 3 using our scallop. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we've got our 1 using our stitched edge. So what we're going to do, 2 of them I just leave intact, then a 3rd one. What we're going to do is let's just bring in our Scoremaster. Now you can do this with any scoreboard, you can do it with your guillotine if you want, so don't worry, you don't have to have our Scoremaster for this. And then I'm just bringing my score tool here. So what I'm going to do, this isn't going to be exact, so you don't have to do it exactly like what I am. It's just a bit of a rough guide. So the actual width of this one, well, it's just under 4 inches. Yeah. So what I'm going to do with this one, Ben, is I'm going to line this one up, again, roughly in half. So I'm roughly just, I need to go that way a wee bit. I'm roughly just scoring it in half. Doesn't matter if you're out an 1/8 of an inch or anything like that. That's not something you need to worry about. But roughly in half. And then what I'm also going to do, just roughly, maybe about 1/2 inch, I'm just going to score as well. So we're about half an inch in and then about halfway across. And then what I'm going to do is if I bring this one back in, now I'm going to fold it in half like that. And we're just going to burnish it. And then this little bit here, we're going to fold the other way. So in half is what we would say is a mountain fold, and then this one is a valley fold because we're dipping in. So from up above, you can see how we've got kind of that little shape just there. So we've got that little tail bit there and it goes into a point. So then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our tacky glue, which I know we've got on the show as well. So we're just going to add a little bit of tacky glue. Because this is construction, I would use my tacky glue for this. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to line this one up with my base one, and we're just going to fold that over and close that. So that is then going to stick to this base. And what this does, Ben, is this is what's going to create the hinge of our card blank. So it's really a stitched edge oval easel card that we're going to create.
Stitched edged oval easel card.
Yes, that's a mouthful.
Is it?
Yeah. After a few alcoholic beverages.
The tacky glue and all-purpose glue, by the way, bottom of your screen there. That's a deal, isn't it? £5.
No way.
For two. £5 and $9 for two. That's a heck of a buy.
I'm not being funny, but even $7.98 is a heck of a buy as well. But to get it for that £5, wow.
Yeah, bargain.
Fab.
Stock up.
Absolutely, stock up. So what I've done on this bit, so this half now here of our easel, I've just popped some of our tacky glue, and then we're just going to overlay our third one. So by the time, I think I need to go that way, I think. There we go. So by the time we layer up all three, what happens is it's actually as though we've just layered one upon the other like that. So that's how it's going to look. So I'm just going to press just for that glue to tack and then adhere. So then when I lift this one up, and I've got a tiny little bit of glue there on the back, so I'm just going to prise that. There we go. So then here we go. We can see we've created our easel card here. So there we go, creating our own easel card using our nest and dies. Then what we can do is we can bring in this oval that we've already cut with a stitched edge. And again, let's just, for this one, I'm going to use my tape runner for this one. And we can run it all over the back. Another one where if you happen to have your double-sided adhesive sheets, you could be using these. But that's just going to sit nicely into the middle. And then what we will do, although this card's focusing on the actual nest and dies, again, I've still got that little bit of glue there, so let me just rub that off. There we go. What we will just do is let's just bring in the layerable. So we'll bring in the thanks a bunch. So what I have done, I've already got these cut, but we'll just show you exactly like I done within the first demonstration. These also all go through your Gemini Mini or your Go. So we're going to take that back one. So that's going to go on to what I've thought I would go for a peach. You do get the guide if you want to go with it. But we're going to cut that in peach. Then the sentiment, which says bunch, I'm going to cut that into white. So some of these you could actually be using on their own if you want. You don't necessarily have to use them all in one. Then we've got thanks so we would cut that in your lilac. And then we've got the stem for the bunch of flowers, so we would cut that in green. And then you've also got a few flowers. So you've got two here. What you would do, we'll set this up in a moment, but you would actually die cut them a few times, because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've added 5 onto the main image. So you would just cut one of them, you would cut 3 times, one of them you would cut 2. You can decide which ones you want to cut when. So you would just run them through. So you're going to cut them like that one. So then here's our base. We've got here, so that's that one. And then like I'd done in the first one, is I just used that base one, Ben, and just created a couple of layers. Really into creating a shadow effect at the moment by doing layer upon layer. I just think it works really well. It creates a little bit extra dimension and height, but without actually adding any height with your glue gel or foam pads. So we're just going to layer that one on. And then we can go on to the next one. The reason I use 2 shades of green, which these are all in that 12 by 12 paper pad that I'm using, is because the pattern paper that I use, we've got some greens in it as well. So that's why I chose to use that. Then we can bring in the bunch that I've already die cut within the white. So we can then just carefully peel these ones off. So they are delicate, some of them, so you're just going to be nice and careful. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to position that. Now again, what you've got is you've got kind of like the curvature to the start of the sentiment, so you can just follow that. So we can see the start of the B runs around the curvature of the actual layer. So we can just position that into place and then just let it naturally fall into place. Then when it just wants to kind of lay down on its own accord, just bring in your pokey tool, and then what we're just going to do is we're just going to layer it up. We've got the N, and a bit like you've got all of the detail that runs along the layer that you're just going to follow. Your sentiment's going to go into place. We can just use that one there, and then it's just a case of layering up the other few. So let's pop that one on, bringing in our next one. So we've got thanks So let's just use our pokey tool once again. You will find for this set of dies, the chances are you are going to use either your pokey tool or you're going to use your tweezers a lot for this one. You'll find that really, really invaluable. So we're just picking them up all the way along. And you know, it says thanks but because they're all separate, you could be using this thanks on its own. You know, it's a nice little small sentiment, you know, when it comes to thanks. So maybe a little tag, maybe on the insides of your cards that you could be using, anything like that. So let's just pop that one on, bringing in the A. I'm going to just move that over slightly, so then we get thanks a bunch. Just bringing in our, I'm going to have to cut one from here because I'll show you. I'd already cut this one onto my Xyron, but I got to the end of my Xyron and it's just stuck to the double-sided there. You can see just here, right at the end of the Xyron.
I've never seen this Xyron. I hear all of you like go on about it. I've never seen it. Is it not available anymore?
It's just because of what's going on in the world, you know, where we get it produced, it's just taken a while to get. We will be getting them back in. You know, I know recently we still had a couple of the small ones. I know they've gone out of stock, but they are such an incredible thing. It's not that we've stocked them, it's just obviously with everything that's gone on, it's taken a bit longer to come into stock. And for us, demonstration-wise, it is easier to use them sometimes, just so that we can show as much as we can. It is. So let's just use our glue for this one, and then what I'm just going to do is pop this one into place here. And what you're going to find as well, now Johnny just said it in my ear actually, and it's right enough. Now, we never ever take anything away from the Junior or the large Gemini because it's got the power, it's incredible, it can do so many things. But the benefit of having a manual is you can do it quicker. Whether it's the MIDI, not only can you use obviously the MIDI folder, but even the Mini goes through. So you can see that you can even do it quicker than the Gemini Junior, and that's quick. If you can do it quicker yourself, you can do. Gemini Junior, 9 seconds. So let's just say, let's go for this one.
Oh, get your stop. Oh, challenge now. Get your stopwatch out.
Right,
okay, get ready. Johnny, you got your stopwatch. He's going to get your stopwatch because we're going to time this. 2, 1, go. His hand goes. Stop. 4 seconds.
So obviously
he's got a sweat on now.
I know I did go quick, but it's just to show, never ever taking anything away from our Gemini.
Can we see a slow motion replay of that, please?
So if I had layered everything up like the start one I did, I probably wouldn't go that fast. But if I am just doing, you know, maybe a little one at the top, you can go quick. You can do reverse. That's it, you know, that's it. See, the rest of the day, they're going to be taking the mick out of me on that one.
I want to have a go at putting something through now, see if I can beat 4 seconds.
4 seconds.
Yeah. I have got one behind me.
Yeah, you're going to be a bit of practicing there, aren't you?
Yeah.
So finishing it off, layering in these ones up, you've got the flowers.
How did you do that so fast? Literally, how did you get round so quickly? You were like... That was very quick. Everyone's very impressed with how quickly you went through there. You need to keep in mind, I have been die cutting for many years now. Yeah. And before, my only electric die cut machine, apart from the Gemini, is before we had the Gemini, even before I came to Crafter's Companion, we had our name on another branded one. That was my first electronic one. Then I went to the Gemini. Before that, all I have had is manual machines. So this is how I can be really quick when it comes to supple
the Gemini.
That's what what it is. I tell you what, if your pistachio is that quick, you know what? The next time I make a cake, you can come over and use the whisk, because that's one thing I hate doing. That.
I'm quicker than a whisk. Who needs a whisk?
Exactly right. Exactly right. I've never seen anything so quick. That was brilliant.
That's going to be like action replay or something like that, isn't it?
I almost wish we had like a slow motion replay, so you could have.
Do you know what that would have been good at?
What?
That would have been good as a boomerang on Instagram.
Oh yes.
Forward and back.
Yeah.
But then there you go. So obviously, I did do that, kind of to prove a point, but it goes to show that even with the manual ones, you can go quicker than the junior, and even the junior is quick. Pop that on just a bit of foam pad to lift it up. Then what I've even done is this little circle here. This is using one of the smallest stitched edge circle. And then even the little flower in the middle, that is using the flower that's come from this Thanks a Bunch. Foam pad, this is what's going to create the stopper of this card. So then what we can do is pop that one on. I knew I'd cut two for a reason. I knew there was a reason why I'd cut one and not just in case. It was because this is going to go on the base, and what we just need to do is, because we've got that hinge there, we just need to cut. So what I would do is either use a guillotine on a trimmer just for speed. What I'm going to do is just freehand cut it. That's then just going to sit nicely over the back, creating our base. Pop our stopper on, so you can determine, you can see from up above what I'm doing. Just wanting to see, I'm going to pop my stopper there, and then just to finish off, let's just bring in our glue gel. I've got a couple of ribbons, and then this just goes to show we've created a full card blank and card using not only the Thanks a Bunch layerables, but also the actual nest and dies as well. So if I pop that one up,
that's pretty special, isn't it?
Then there we go. So we've got that one. And if you want it to be more higher up, you're just going to then just pull that stopper back a little bit more. But then there we go. We've just used that one to create a card blank as well as the main focal.
Absolutely brilliant. Loving these. Stephanie saying a big thank you for breaking down the easel card. You make it easy. Mary says, you guys are too funny. I just can't believe how quickly it's just brilliant. There was another question on here as well, but I seem to have lost it. What is the width of the Scoremaster? Says Aisha Dennison on Facebook.
The width of it, you can score up to 8 1/8.
Yep.
You can see all the way along just here. But of course, with the Scoremaster, it's still the box maker. So you can make the lid of your box, and you can also make the base of your box. So it's in inches on one side, and then you've got centimetres on the other side, which goes up to 20.5 centimetres.
And I didn't read Melissa's poem out either. Do you want to hear this?
Yeah, let's go for it.
It ends a bit violently. Well, I'll read it to you. I'm not going to sing it. It's to the tune of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It goes, Ben the beige-nosed reindeer had a very dull nose. He met up with Craig at Crafter's Companion to see if he could help it glow. Craig pulled out all of the wax tints and sparkle pens. Then he looked over at Ben and said, if not now, then when? Ben got so excited, he even did a turn and shout, but said, if you try it, I might knock you out.
That's good.
Melissa,
that's good. That's
I
good.
like that.
I like that.
I like that a lot. Yeah, the moral of that story is no one's painting my nose. I'm happy with my beige nose. Thank you very much indeed. We are just over an hour in, can you believe? And lots more to show you. If you have just joined us, welcome to Crafters TV. We are looking at this amazing collection of the Layerable Cuttable Sentiment dies. Yes, I said it right that time. If you've got any questions about any of the items that we've shown you on the show, or anything that you want to share with us, we would love to see that. I'll give you the email address for the pictures in just a second, but anything that you want to know or particularly see, then do get in touch. But I love this collection. As you've seen with Craig putting these together, it's such a simple system to be able to create some really, really lovely focal points for, well, not just your cards, as we're going to see over the course of the next 50 minutes or so, home decor as well, and lots of other different ideas. But this collection, as you can see, basically you get your base die, cuts out your base layer, and then you've got all of the other added dies to kind of build up the picture within the base layer. So this one is family with the beautiful flowers and hearts. Then you've got It's Your Birthday. And once again, base die cuts out your base layer. It's your birthday. This one's crowns, it's hearts. Love that little heart balloon that comes up through the sentiment itself. Then you've got a day to remember. Again, all those beautiful flowers, cut them out, fill up the actual base layer itself to create a beautiful design. This one you saw in that demo just a little while ago, Let's Party. Again, how much fun is that? Love the little party hat and the balloons and then all the bits and pieces to be able to fill out that sentiment. And as Craig was saying, actually, do you know what? Obviously this works together beautifully, that's the point. But if you want to use the dies separately, if you want to use the sentiments separately, you don't always have to put them onto the base layer. That one is You Make My Heart Happy. Then you've got Hip Hip Hooray! Again, all about the celebrations with the glasses are bubbly and the sparkles and the bubbles there as well. Next up is Thanks a Bunch. Again, saw that very briefly just there, but build up your little bunch of flowers, thanks a bunch, onto your base layer, and away you go. It's a very, very simple, quick and easy system, this, isn't it, to make some really beautiful focal points. That one is just for you, with that really cute present base layer and the ribbons and the bows included there as well. And then you've got Home is Where the Heart Is. Once again, build that up to create this gorgeous looking focal point for your cards, for your home decor. And just to show you as well, by the way, if you're wondering about all of the different colours, well, we have got in this actual bundle your 12 by 12 everyday brights as well, matte cardstock, and you can see you've got your white and your black. It's 180 GSM is this, but then you've got all the beautiful colours of the rainbow as well. So if you want to be able to recreate the colours that you've got on the front of the packaging there, or again, if you just want some really bright, bold, beautiful colours for you know, all your other crafty projects, then you've got the ability to do that. £60 or $75 for that bundle. Lots of people tend to go for these main collections and then they add another one into their basket as well, because this is your consumable, this is what you'll get through. Some people as well just like to craft with one and keep one, put it aside. $19.99 individually or $24.95 if you want to add that back into your basket as well. And we're going to have a look at some more demos. I was going to show you some finished samples, but I tell you what, let's get on with some more demos because it's great to see these in action. Gloria's just messaged to say, did they speed up the camera when Craig was using the MIDI? He is the MIDI flash spinner. Honestly, there was no camera trickery there. He's the crafting wizard. There has to be a twist. The crafting wizard's got such a supple wrist. That's great.
You're good.
He's just quick, isn't he? He's quick. How do you think he does it? I don't know. What makes him so good? Oh dear. Honestly, Gloria, I couldn't believe it. And I was live. I'm obviously live here in the studio. I mean, he's across the other side of the studio. I watched it and couldn't believe it. It was real. It's quick. We should get
to prove a point.
Guinness Book of Records guy, and we should get him in to come and see.
Never know.
Here he is. What are you showing us next?
So what we're going to do is we'll use the layerables again, but we're going to then we're going to do a gift box. So we're going to show obviously how you can use the layerables as a gift box. I know obviously the Scoremaster is sold out, but if you've got it, or I know so many of you have got it at home, you may even want to use your Ultimate Pro. You'll still be able to do what I'm away to show you using that one.
Yeah.
So what I've got is I've just taken some of this is our Black Centura Pearl that I've got here. Both of them I've cut to 8 by 8. This is going to create a 4 by 4 box on this one. So I'm using my inches side. So what I'm going is, because it's a box maker, we can see, I know it'll be harder for you to see, you can just see it here, it says box lid. So that means that if I just pop this up to the left hand side and then I'm going to score at 2 inches all the way around, and this is then what's going to give me the lid of my box. So we're going to then just score all the way around, exactly the same at 2 inches. This is going to give us the depth of 2 inches for the box side, and then within the middle it's going to be 4 inches. So I've got one finished where I've popped little gifts in it, so we'll show you that at the end. So that's the lid. And then what we're going to do is bring this one back in. Now this time what you've got is you've got box base, and then you've got all of your inches along the bottom. Just to say, this side here, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3, that is accurate. So if you ever wanted to measure or anything like that, you can go by that one. That one's spot on. Coming down to here, this isn't accurate, this 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. It's like just a little bit slither out. And what that does is this then enables us to create the box base, which makes it slightly smaller than this one.
Yeah.
So this is where your lid is then going to fit over your base. So you don't have to cut your cardstock to 2 different sizes, both exactly 8 by 8. Then this side I'm popping to the box base side, it says it at the bottom. And then here, I'm just looking for the 2 inch again. And then what I'm just going to do is just score at the 2 inch mark all the way down. And when it comes to scoring, I know some people ask, what side do you score on? And I know actually someone asked that question the other week when Jan was on, and I do it the same way as Jan. I actually score the side that I want to be seen. So for instance, this black side is the side I want to be seen, so I'll score onto that side. So, you know, just in case you were wondering, I never know, do I score the front, do I score the back? If I just score the front, then it gives you a nice, crisp, clean score line.
Handy bit of kit this time of year as well, isn't it? The little scoreboard for doing your boxes for Christmas.
It is, absolutely, yeah. You'll be able to use them in so many different ways. And because I've done it at 2 inch when it comes to the depth of the box, you can go all the way down to like 1/8 of an inch if you wanted to.
Wow.
You know, or you can go really, really large if you want to. It's entirely up to yourself. So what I'm just doing is I'm just scoring along these lines, and then what I would do is just burnish them all the way around, just giving them that nice, crisp, clean line. So I'm going to pop that one, so that one was our base. Now don't worry at this point, if you were to get them mixed up, don't worry, you've done the measurements now, so you'll soon find out which one is the base and which one is the lid. So we can just go all the way around, and we're just burnish them. I'm just using the tool that also comes with the Scoremaster, but if you want to use your bone folder or that, then you can do. So then that is now our lid scored. So what we're going to do is in these lines, and this is even when, I'm not sure if our scissors are in stock on the website, because our scissors have got the measurements on them as well. This isn't essential. All that we're going to do is we're just going to cut down to the base of that line there.
Yeah.
But the joyous thing as well is you do happen to have the measurements on your scissors, the large ones. So we're going to cut down 2 inches. So it's
We've
cutting
got
down
the 6 inch ones in stock
right to you.
currently.
So keep an eye out in future, these large ones will be back in stock. Obviously you can still cut with the 6 inch ones, it's just these larger ones has the measurements on them. Not that it's really important for this, because all that I'm doing is each corner, I'm just cutting down to that base, so I'm just cutting down to there. And then all that I'm just doing, no specific measurements, I'm just cutting a little triangle, and we're going to go all the way down again. So cut into there. And then I'm going to cut into there. So that's the lid. Again, if I was to get that mixed up, it's not important at the moment. So I'm just going to do exactly the same here. So we're just going to cut down. So just all the way around, I'm going to cut down and then just snip into there. And we're just doing it on all 4 sides. And then what I would do is I would come along with my tacky glue. It's a box, it's construction, so I'm always a lot more comfortable and confident using our Call-Out tacky glue. But what I will use, and this will still do the job, but I'm going to use my tape runner because it's extra strong. But just at home, I would just tend to use my Call-Out tacky glue. So on each of these little parts, on these little folds or flaps, I'm just adding my glue. So let's pop that one there, and then let's bring this one in. So just over the top, and obviously with it being the tacky glue that I would use at home, that's then going to dry into the fibres of both layers of your cardstock, so it's going to make it even more robust. So we can then start to, all that we're doing now is we're just going to tuck this in and we're just folding it over.
Yeah.
So we're folding it over to create the seam of the box, and then I'm just going to press, and we're just going to keep doing that all the way around. If you're using your tacky glue, if you've got maybe a little peg or a craft peg or that, you can use that to keep a hold of it. However, the tacky glue, it will grab really quick. So we can then press that one. Now I genuinely can't remember now if this was the lid or the base.
Haha!
But it doesn't really matter. It's going to be
that was
one
the
of
base,
was
wasn't
it the base? Was it?
I think so.
Because I know I swapped over when I was putting my tape on, didn't I? But this is where now what we're going to do is we'll do the next one. and then we can then...
It'll be one or the other.
It's definitely going to be one or the other.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be one or the other. We don't need to worry. Now, keeping in mind, if you've never seen this before, the way we make boxes, these were exactly 8x8 in size, the cardstock. So there weren't any different sizes. And then now, there we go. So this one's the base, and this one's the lid. So then all that we're going to do is just pop the lid over the box.
Perfect.
And we've created our 4x4 box. So it's 4x4 box. We've done the 2-inch in depth and obviously scored at 1 inch. And what I want to say as well, I'm using black, but look at the seam, look at the lines with the box as well. You're getting a bit of the shine from the light, but there's no white cracks or that in the crease. It is absolutely perfect.
I got Mrs. M some jewellery for Christmas. A little box like that might be absolutely perfect for just a box just like that in the black. That would be really good. That would be really good.
Now you know how to make one. There you go. You could be doing that one, no?
But that one's already made, so that would be...
I like your thinking. See the little perks that you've got working here, eh? Yeah. These guys don't go to card shops anymore.
Yeah.
Craig, Debbie, John, have you got a spare? You got a spare card? You got a spare? You know, I've got an anniversary or a birthday coming up.
Yeah, that's what Joe's like.
Yeah.
All the time.
Derek doesn't. Derek makes his own. Derek, he's really getting into the crafting now. Although Ben, you've been doing a bit of sewing, weren't you? Was it your daughter you were doing a little bit?
Yeah, doing a bit of sewing still. My machine had a bit of a strop, so I had to bring that back in and get Bernie to have a look at it. But yeah, plan on. Well, I must have told you this. I was in the middle of creating a little neckerchief for my dog out of an old pair of pants. I must have told you that. No?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's what I was in the middle of when it broke. Don't know what that says about my sewing skills or my pants.
I bet your doggy was like, phew, don't need to wear that one. Be good to see though. So what I'm going to do now is I've just taken our stitched fancy edge squares and I've just taken the second large one and I'm just cutting that in a bit of our gold satin card, and then I've gone for the third size down and I'm just cutting that into a bit of our white smooth cardstock. And what we can then do is just going to run this one through. I'm going to pop that one in, and then as this goes through, that cuts obviously both of them, and we can layer them on top of each other. So I've got two that I've already got pre-prepped with adhesive, but what I would just do, take this one off there, and then I'm going to bring these two in exactly the same, but they've both got adhesive already on them, so you can do your mats and layers. So for this one, what we're going to do is if we just set that one to the side just for a second, and we're going to take, now I've already cut all these ones out the same way as I cut the other two, but we've just used just for you for this parcel. So let's bring in all the layers that I've already cut, and we'll just quickly assemble this one. So we're going to use our backing for our gold. So the gold glitter for this one. So even although these are the layerable ones, you can still cut all your different materials, such as glitter. So we've got this one here. Now because this is glitter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my double-sided tape and I'm going to use a bit of my tacky glue, just so it soaks into all the little grains of the glitter card. So we can pop that one over the top. So we've gone from, you know, a really party style with red and blacks, we've gone to pastel tones, and then now we're going into, you know, a real, you know, kind of monochromatic with your golds and your reds within this one. So then what we're doing is we've got all these little strips. Now keeping in mind, all of these I'm now away to attach. These all come on the actual backing of your dies. So we can then start to pop these ones on. And I'm just going to pop all the little details for the parcel along, following the guide, well I'm saying the guide, following the image on the packaging if you want. It's always there as a little bit of guide and inspiration. So I'm going to then just pop my strip over the top like that one. Then we've got our bow, so we can pop our bow on. So that can sit nicely into place.
Lovely.
Pop that one there, and then let's just bring in the just for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start along the bottom because I'll find that easier. And what I'm going to do is pop that in. So once again, so if I lift that just a little bit higher, can you see, even just following the detail of that glitter card layer, it just kind of huddles the F just nicely. So it gives you a starting point of where you want to pop your sentiment or your words or your letters. So just carry going along So 4, and then we'll do you, and then we can go back and then start to do the just. So there's that one. And then what I'll just do, Ben, is I'll just work my way along and just finish this bit off.
Don't forget, any questions you want to send in, you can do. Any comments as well. Nandia on Facebook saying the CC sewing clips work wonders keeping the sides together when sticking boxes. They're super handy. Have we got those in stock currently? I'm sure we must have. I know they're super popular, but very, very handy to have. Yeah, Nandia. And Caroline on Facebook saying, Craig, have you got the hint from Ben with a laughy face? I think that's to do with the box. I think he did. I think
I got the hint.
I think he did get the hint.
I think I got the hint.
Whether he's choosing to ignore it or not is another matter.
Ben, you can have anything I make. You know that I don't mind.
Yes. We do have the sewing clips in stock if you want to grab those. And take advantage of all the deals as well. We've got some fantastic deals coming up as well. Later on, we are here with the Craft House as well. My favourite show of the week. Did we do Craft House last week together? No, we didn't, did we? Or did we? Have we done a Craft House together?
I think we've done a craft. I think we've done one, haven't we? Have we done one?
Did we? Were you? Yeah, I've done a show. We've got the lovely Sharon Callis joining us by the wonders of modern technology a little bit later on. And did you do the last show that I did?
I think so, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure that I did. Sure that I did.
That was when we were still sat down in the shows.
That's right.
In the comfy sofas that they used to have here as well. It was always nice.
Wait, what was that when you used to sit down, Ben?
Yeah?
When you used to sit down?
Yeah, on the comfy set. Yeah. The sofa's not even here anymore. I don't know where it's gone, to be honest with you. Hang on a minute. The sofa's disappeared from the studio and there's somebody who's currently waiting on a sofa because they don't have one. Now, I'm not Sherlock Holmes, but sofa's disappeared from here. Sofa, he doesn't have one?
No.
Come on, SCS.
You said it that time, not me.
Oh dear.
So what I've just done here is I've just layered them up, so we've got just for you.
Yeah.
And then I've just added just a little bit of ribbon. I've added red, but you can obviously use any colour that you want. And then just what this is going to be is this is actually going to work out as a tag for the box.
Yeah.
So I'm just cut another background of the back of red, and I'm just going to put that, just not doing a shadow, just right over the back. Then that's going to cover the workings. Now you could do it in white if you wanted to, and you could then write on the back of it as your tag. That's up to you. So then what I'm doing is on the back of this layer of my nesting dies, what I'm doing is I've just left a little corner with no foam pads, and then I can do it this way. So I can just roughly sit that on. Then I'm just going to tuck this one over and position it, press that into place, and I'm even just going to add more tape just to secure it. So then that now gives us our tag over the top.
Oh, cool.
Take our backing off of our pads, and then this is going to lift it up a little bit. Now, of course, with the top of the box, you don't have to add extra height if you don't want to. Just pop it straight with your tape runner or double-sided tape. But it's a box, it's thick, it's dimensional, so why not? Let's add a little bit more. Taking the backing off here, let's bring in our box again. Just going to sit that nicely over the top. Let's just press that. Then that now gives us our little box you can see here. So it can sit nicely. What I've also done, the hearts that come on, just for you, I've die cut them just a few times. If I bring this one in here, so exactly the same, but what I've just done is I just popped a few of the die cut hearts around the box just here. So we've got the tab in the box, we've used the Scoremaster, the nesting dies, and the just for you. I popped the hearts in the gem, and then I've just put a little bit of tissue paper, these well-known lovely candles that I absolutely adore that start with Yankee and end in candle. They just fit 4 of those votive candles just nicely, and as always, oh, they smell nice. And do you know what? You're not getting the candles, they're mine.
Oh.
But if you want, Ben, you can have that finished box. Do you want that one?
No, do you know what I'm going to do, right? No word of lie, I was only messing about, because I keep saying that I'll do this, but I want to build up until I've got a few. I've got one of Craig's cards that he made last week. So if you're donating that, then I will give that away. I'm going to do a Craig Christmas giveaway on my Facebook page. Maybe Maybe I'll do it later. I'll give away the box and the card.
There we go. There we go. I am.
No candles, though.
I generally like to think I'm a generous guy.
Yeah.
Not when it comes to my Yankee candles. I'll take the candles out.
Yep.
And you can have the box and you can give that away if you want.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
Smells lovely.
Smells nice as well. I'll do that on my Facebook page. Maybe tomorrow or maybe today. Wow, I'll let you know. Anyway, deals galore for you, as you can see. If you want to get your hands on the Gemini stitched nesting dies, details on your screen there, £30 or $40, saving 25% for everyone. And of course, if you're in the club, of course, you'll never pay the price on screen because you'll either be bronze, silver, gold or platinum. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, here is a video to explain.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
There you go, all hopefully explained for you, and now you understand. I know lots of you already in the club and platinum many times over. It's definitely worth getting involved in because you can save some amazing amounts of money. Anne's this message to say, Ben, I thought you were going to say Joe took the sofa for his new apartment. Flat. Well, it could have been him actually, yeah, I forgot about that. What's that, Johnny? Oh, they couldn't. Oh, apparently they couldn't fit Joe's sofa in the lift, so he made them carry it up the stairs.
Pivot.
That's French, isn't it? Oh wow. Okay. Well, maybe that is the mystery of the sofa solved. I don't know. But listen, let's get back to this main collection, the Layerable Cuttable Sentiment Die Collection. 73 elements here, and of course you are going to get yourself the 12 by 12 paper pad as well. It's a brilliant collection, and you know what? It's one of those collections that you can almost spend maybe another hour on because there's so many different things that you can do. Seen it there with the as the beautiful gift tag for the box. We've seen it on cards. We're going to see another demo with Craig in just a few moments time where you'll get to see it used slightly differently as well. But the basic premise here is that you have got the ability to create yourself a beautiful focal point for a card, for a picture, whatever it might be, nice and simply indeed, because you've got the die that cuts out the base layer and then you add all of the other dies to build up the picture, as it were. So this one is family. As we said, there's no reason why not that you can't just use these individually should you wish, but actually the system itself is so brilliant. And what I love about this as well is we've kind of covered off loads of different things to celebrate, like it's your birthday, for example. Again, there's your base layer, build it all up to create this beautiful finished piece. We're going to give you the 12 by 12 paper pad, of course, as well, so you've got the ability very quickly to start crafting away with this. That one is a day to remember. This one, just brilliant. This really puts a smile on my face. Let's party. Great for those invitations, which we will, of course, be sending out again sometime in the very near future. And so simple to pop these through your machine and create these amazing focal points. This one is You Make My Heart Happy. Again, use them individually should you wish. If not, there's your base layer. Build it up and create this beautiful focal point. Then you've got Hip Hip Hooray. This is one of my faves as well. I love those little champagne flutes that you've got, all the little bubbles and sparkles to create a really cool little focal point. This one here is the Thanks a Bunch. You're also going to receive in the collection Just For You, which is this really cool present. And then you've got Home Is Where the Heart Is too, which I think we're going to be looking at in the next demonstration in just a few moments time. So £60 or $75, that's not all you get in the bundle, of course, because we always like to try and give you something to craft with as well as far as paper or cardstock is concerned. And this is great. Your Everyday Brights, 12 by 12, 180 GSM, 50 sheets. You're going to get your white and your black at the back, and then you've got all of these beautiful colours to work with. As I've said, perfect to recreate some of the demos that you've already seen today, but what a great paper pad to have just for all of those makes, you know, year round. You've got some beautiful colours in here, pretty much all the colours of the rainbow, 50 sheets within that 180 GSM. And that is included within the collection, saving $31.90 or $39.50. And of course, if you want to go for more paper pads, you can do. You can pop this into your basket, $19.99 each. Now, lots of focus on nesting dies in this show as well. And these are the newer ones of the collections that we've got here. Your stitched fancy oval is included in the stitched collection. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, you've seen how easy it is to create with these, how easy it is to kind of create the layer, the depth and dimension, make your apertures as well. And I just think it allows you to get creating cards very, very quickly and simply indeed. No measuring to have to worry about. With the stitched oval there, that is 6 inches down to 1 inch. You've then got in this collection your stitched fancy square, again absolutely stunning, 4 inches down to ½ an inch. Then you've got your stitched fancy rectangle, again 12 dies in there, biggest one is 6, right down to ½ an inch. And then you've finally got your stitched primitive flower, again that is 4 inches down to the smallest, which is ½ an inch, and there's 8 included in that collection as well. £30 or $40 if you want to add those into your basket today. Right, we've got under half an hour to go. Last chance saloon to add any questions, send in any pics as well if you want to be able to do that. But we're going to have a look at the layerable cuttable sentiments now, but this time not perhaps thinking about cards or gift tags, but more on the home decor line, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to go down the home decor line, maybe even a gift to someone, you know, obviously with gift season upon us now. So what I've just done, this is what we're going to make, well kind of. We're going to make another frame.
Ooh. What
I'm going to do is the frame we are going to make, let's get rid of that glare of the light, there we go. So the frame we are going to make is just going to have Home Is Where the Heart Is in a smaller frame. But what I done at home is I just added that bottom bit. You could easily do it as well. I just printed it from my computer and I've just put and where our story begins. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this frame. This one was out of Asda, actually. You know, you get Tesco's, Morrison's, you can get them these sorts of places.
His name checking everyone's in any other store. Are you on commission with these companies or something?
I'm just covering my bottom just in case.
Really, I'm glad about that as well.
Not else do. So that was $4.99, and then I just got a smaller one. Same place, Asda, although there's Tesco's, Morrison, Home Bargains, all these sorts of places.
Name a few more, go on, whilst you're there.
This one was $3.89. So you can see you've got them really, really smaller. You know, there's Home Next, and you know, there's all these Tiger, all them places too. Then what you've got is some layers. So within these ones here, what you do is you, and most of them, it is the glass front, and you even always get the actual the mount to go with it. So what I'm doing, let's do our die cutting first with Home Is Where the Heart Is. Now on the show, well at least on the website, if you go into the show panel, we've got our other 12 by 12 paper pads on as well. So I've just taken our neutral tones, or natural tones, one or the other. So you've got some whites, you've got greys, you've got blacks and other deep colours in with them. So let's bring in our MIDI again. Now also with this one here, this is your larger one, so this is the backdrop. That even goes through your Gemini Mini folder as well. So all of these that we've used so far all go through your Gemini Mini, therefore they'll go through the Gemini Go. So let's bring in one of the deeper shades of the grey, and we can just pop that one on. So that's then going to be the backdrop. So we're just going to lightly tape, I always say lightly tape it down. We're going to tape it down, and then we've got a bit of the white texture card, and this one we've got is where the heart is, so that can then go on in white. We're also then just going to bring in these little flourishes that we've got here, and obviously we've got home as well. So I'm going to then just pop that one in, just turn that around so it all fits on. So we can then press that one on, and then we've got a lighter shade of grey here, so that can go at the bottom, and that's going to be at the top of the house.
Yeah.
And then these two little like flourishes, foliage flourish here, and we can tape that one down, and then just to add that little bit of extra interest, there's a little love heart on here, so we're just going to bring in a tiny little bit of red, and that's just going to give it that little bit extra focal detail for your eye to focus on. So that can then tape there. Then what we can do is just making sure we're all lined up. So here's another one with all of these layers will all fit on your folder of your Gemini Mini. So then therefore they're going to go through your Gemini Junior as well as your other die cut machines.
Your cardstock's bottom of the screen, by the way, the neutral tones, 36 sheets, $19.99. Always been popular, that collection actually. And like Craig says, lots more cardstock available for you on the website crafterscompanion.com.co.uk or .eu. So do have a look and fill up your baskets. I was going to say, Carol's just saying how much she loves nestables. They make my cards look so beautiful and so professional. Again, lots of the nestables on the show for you as well, of course. So yeah, do have a look. What were you going to say?
No, I was just about to say as well, you know, were you just saying there's lots of additional cardstock on our website? You know, if you were to use, say, our luxury cards, you know, with our purples or our pinks, imagine how nice they would look as well. So actually kind of similar to what we've done with Let's Party, where we used the gold glitter, we used the gold mirror and the gold matte together. So you can get some completely different looks depending on the texture and colour of cardstock that you use. So you can see, so these are popping out. So this then pops out where the heart is. Now even there, so you can see, why not, if you then cut that into more of a neater rectangle, but then you could be using that waist part as well if you want to. Same with home. Although these are the negatives, you can clearly see that says home and it's where the heart is. So another one where you could be looking at your waist and using that elsewhere. So we've got the little flourishes, we've got the little top of the house that we can see here. Here's another flourish. I've got them all ready to go as well. I just want you to see how they all just die cut, just absolutely spot on. So take this one out, and it's literally the case of just layering them up as it's called, and we can then just start to create our own little additional frame. Pop that one there and then bring these ones in.
Nice and easy to do. That's the point here with these. Hopefully you've seen that over the course of the show that, yeah, you know, even if you're making, maybe this is, you know, the thing that you're starting to do. Look, New Year's resolutions, you know, you're thinking about this year, next year, going to be making cards, and you're looking for easy kind of ways to be able to put them together. This is a super simple way to be able to create some really beautiful pieces for your cards without too much fuss. And again, it's all very self-explanatory. That's what I love about this collection particularly, is it's kind of easy to suss out where everything goes. You're not kind of, I like it for the fact that you don't have to read any instructions really, do you not? You know what, you get this home, you cut out the bits and pieces, you know where each of those dies goes within the actual mat itself, and then away you go. You can create something very quickly in no time at all.
You're right, you are absolutely right. You know, you don't need any instructions or anything like that. You can just follow the image that you've got in the packaging, or just have a bit of fun yourself, a bit like a jigsaw, and just have a little play about it. You know, you don't necessarily have to go exactly what the image says. Have a little play with the way that the actual sentiments are looking, or the angle, or the size. You know, you could be doing all these different things.
That is a nice way to put it. It's like a crafting jigsaw, really. Finding all the different pieces and yeah, popping them together. As I say, you know, if you're tuning in for the first time, you're looking to start a new hobby in the new year, this is a really good set to go for. I was chatting New Year's resolutions actually on my run with Sarah a little bit earlier on.
Have you made any?
I got 2.
Oh, have you?
I'm gonna get fit again. Feel like I need to, you know, start making a bit more of an effort. Gets harder as you get older. You guys will find this when you get to my age. You know, you look at a takeaway on a weekend and you put on 5 pounds. You know, as you get older, it gets harder. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. And I'm also on the sort of creative front. I play like a few musical instruments to a pretty sort of average sort of standard, and I play a little bit of guitar. One of the things I've always wanted to do is learn how to play lead guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to take guitar lessons. Have you guys ever heard of the Brian Setzer Orchestra?
I've heard of it.
Brilliant, like American band. He's famous for his Christmas albums, and he does these like amazing guitar solos. And I was doing a bit of air guitar around the house the other day. I mean, that's a picture for your mind there, isn't it? Doing a bit of air guitar, and I was thinking, wouldn't it be great to have an actual guitar and like banging out the solos, doing a bit of head banging? So that's what I'm going to do in the new year. Take up some guitar lessons.
That would be really good.
Maybe this time next year do a little concert.
Absolutely. How good would that be? Our own little Crafters Companion concert.
Yeah, you could be on the bagpipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I better get practicing.
Yeah. Johnny, do you play any musical instruments? Johnny plays guitar. You play lead guitar in a band. Oh, maybe you can give me guitar lessons then. Yeah. Oh, you play trumpet and lead guitar at the same time? Wow, trumpet and lead guitar. Well, hang on a minute. This is producer Johnny is county standard at trumpet. Can you believe this? He used to play trumpet for Durham County.
That's brilliant.
Did you know that?
I didn't know.
Cool. I reckon you should bring your trumpet in. Am I with you next week? I don't think I am. Do you know what, I was thinking about this on the way up actually. My music habits change a little bit at Christmas time. I love the sound of a brass band at Christmas.
Yeah.
If we were all working together next week, we could have had Craig crafting away over there, me whittering on over here, as Sarah says, and like we have just like Johnny in the background on his trumpet. Yeah. I mean, man of many talents.
You absolutely are.
No, not me, Johnny.
All right, well you both are. You both are. But were you saying your music changing choices like kind of over Christmas?
Yeah.
You know what, I recently, and when I say discovered, I mean actually to sit and listen to while I'm crafting, is church choir Christmas songs.
Mate.
Oh my gosh.
Mate, exactly the same. I'll give a plug. Classic FM. Christmas time, you've got to tune in. Yeah, like was it St Paul's? Kings.
Yeah.
King's Boys Choir. Amazing, doing all like the Christmas carols and stuff. Love it.
Yeah.
Brass bands at Christmas time and choirs singing all the Christmas carols.
Yeah.
Lush.
Yeah. It was just last week. I got home from Crafters TV and I was just sitting. I was having a cup of tea. I was listening to Christmas music on my phone through the speaker, and one of the church choir songs come on. Yeah. And again, I was just sitting relaxing, and I loved it. I found it so therapeutic, and it was just nice to listen to. And I've kind of like been addicted since then.
Yeah.
Just searching for all these different albums and playlists where it comes from church choir. It is so nice to just listen and hear. It's so nice.
Look at that. Put it together whilst we've been chatting. That's amazing.
Yeah, just putting it together. Obviously, we've cut them out and then just while we've been chatting, just popping it together. So then what I'm just going to do here is if we then just take this mount that comes within the frame anyway, I've just got my double-sided tape already on the back. So what we can just do is take these ones off. We're just going to run it all the way around, and then we can pop it onto the frame or onto the back of the mount. This then gives us a platform for us to stick our image on. So I'm just making sure, yep, that's the back, which I want. So there is the back here. So if I pop that one on there, turning it around, we've now got that base platform here.
Amazing.
So then what we can just do is bringing in, our home is where the heart is. Let's just add a little bit of tape on this one. So because this is a smaller frame, all that I'm going to do is just add this bit here. And then once again, I'll show you what I had done originally with my one. So taking them off and then popping, maybe you want to die cut that heart again a couple of times, pop it into the middle, or simply just leave it as it is. So let's just pop that one into the middle, make sure it's kind of centre, which is fine. Bringing in our actual frame, let's pop that in. I don't know why, the little bit that always comes with it, I still always just pop it on the back. Bring in that back bit here. And then there we go. So whether it is around your own house, whether it's a gift that you want to give someone, maybe a new house, but then there we go. We've got
that's pretty special,
home,
right?
it's where the heart is, a little home decor frame. If you don't know someone's decor, if they've not decided, you can't go wrong with grey, because that's then going to go with a lot of colour, people's colour tones. But then this is the one, so I've done exactly the same, slightly bigger frame, and then all I done is I just typed and printed out that bottom bit here. So either way, it's just something else, a bit different home decor that you can do with your layerables.
I love that. Really, really cute. And again, showing you all of the different things that you can do with these collections and with your nestables as well. I just think these are great demos. So we've done home decor, we've done tags for gifts, we've done cards as well. Super versatile, these collections. So make sure you do not miss out. If you want to go for the stitched collection, where you get the flower fancy, the rectangle, the oval and the square, £30 today or $40 is the deal on that. 25% off. If you want to get the layerables today as well, again, these are at a great price. I can quickly whiz through the boards again and just show you these, because they are brilliant, honestly. And I know we do some amazing collections here at Crafters Companion, but these really are super simple to use, because the point is we're giving you the paper pack as well with this, the paper pad, so you can get crafting straight away. This one is family, of course, so as you've seen there, nice and simple. Cut out the layer and then begin to build it up. You've then also got with this, it's your birthday, love that, with the little crown and the hearts. Then you've got a day to remember. Again, lots of different styles and lots of different occasions covered off with this collection. There's Let's Party. Again, great for cards, great for invitations as well. Then you've got You Make My Heart Happy. I mean, Valentine's Day will be around before we know it. So again, that might be a little perfect one to use there. Hip Hip Hooray! I mean, for any celebration, really, that's brilliant, isn't it? With your champagne flutes and the stars and the sparkles going on with that one. You've also got in this collection, Thanks a Bunch, which we saw a little bit earlier on. Then we've got Just For You, again, a die set that you can use on multiple occasions. And then last but by no means least, this is the one we just saw there. How cute was that? Just buying yourself one of, a cheap frame which you can pick up at a multitude of stores, as Craig has already demonstrated. You can pick them up really cheap. And that one is great, isn't it? Home is where the heart is. Simply using the mount which you got with the photo frame, and away you go to create a really nice piece of home decor. The kind of thing that you would go into, one of those type of shops and actually pay quite a bit of money for. Don't forget as well as the dies, you are going to get the paper pad as well. So as I said, you're a way to go. You've got everything that you need to get crafting with 50 sheets on this 12 by 12 paper pad. £60 or $75. It should be 91 quid, should be over $114. You're saving a huge amount of money today. And of course, as a platinum member, you can take those prices down even further. £48 or $60 for the lot. If you want more paper pads, those are available individually for you as well. We've also got on the show those nesting dies. I appear to have lost one. Where's he gone then? Oh, there he is. The scallop dies, again, the nesting dies, so super handy to have. As mentioned, Carol messaged in earlier on just saying how great they are. Just super again because it's quick crafting. It's adding a real professional finished look to your cards, to your projects, without the faff of having to worry about measuring. You whack them through your die machine and away you go. This is fairly new to the channel, as I said, the Gemini stitched flower, rectangle, oval and square fancy nesting dies. 39 within this collection. This one here is your primitive flowers. Again, that one is an 8-piece set from 4 inches down to ½ an inch. So you have got so many different sizes within that. You've then got your stitched fancy oval, 11 in that, down from 6 inches to 1 inch. You've also got in here your stitched fancy square, and then the stitched fancy rectangle as well, again taking you from a 6-inch die down to ½ an inch as well. £30 or $40, saving 25% on that. And then this other set, which again I think is super handy, is also available for your nesting dies. This is the stitched edge circle which comes with it. You've got your stitched edges and your scalloped edges as well. Say scalloped or scalloped? Scalloped? Is that right?
I say
scalloped.
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 Scalloped edges.
Scalloped edge. Scallops, yeah, scallops.
Seafood.
Seafood. Yeah, you don't get any seafood with this, just the dies. £35, $46. So this is your stitched edge circle. As I say, I don't think you can quite pick that up on the screen, but you've got a really beautiful kind of gentle stitched detailing around the edge of these. Your circles are, biggest one is 4.5 by 4.5 inches down to 0.7 by 0.7 inches. You've got your stitched edge oval with this again. Super handy shapes and sizes for all sorts of different cards. This one again, 4 by 6 is your biggest, down to 0.6 by 0.9 inches. Look at that little diddy one at the bottom of the screen there. Then you've got your scalloped edged oval. Again, a whole host of different sizes available here. There's 8 within the collection. 3.9 by 5.9 inches is the biggest, down to 1.4 by 2.1. And again, look at that, gorgeous. The scalloped edge circle. Once again, there are 8 dies included here. 4.5 by 4.5 and 2 by 2 is the smallest. So plenty of scope for craftability there. £35 or $46 for that collection. Again, take off another 20% if you're a platinum member in the club. We have just under 10 minutes remaining, so let's get in our final demo. Lots of love for that last demo that Craig showed us there, Torchicky8 on YouTube, saying love that home decor piece. What are you going to show us for your last demo, Mr. Craig?
Rightio. So we will end the show with making a card.
Yep.
So we're going to focus on the nesting dies, but we are going to use the hip hip hooray with the layerables. So what we're going to do with this one, still using the paper pad that comes within that main collection Ben was showing you. I've taken some of the black and I've taken some white as well. So let's use our stitched fancy rectangle. So we'll go and die cut the large one in black. We will then cut white within the next size down, and then we will do black with the third size down on that one. So we can then bring in our folder or our plates, whatever machine you are using. And you know, we've said a few times whether it's your junior, your large, your midi, but these will all go through any die cut machine that you've got at home. It doesn't have to be the Gemini, they will work through any of them. The only thing that will determine is obviously the size of your machine,
yeah. But
because they're all what we'd class as wafer thin dies, they will work through any machine. So taking this next one up, always when it comes to the folder, exactly the same as your plates, you're going to flip and rotate, or at least in the folder's case, you're going to flip it each time. And we can then bring our next one in our last layer. It's the fact that, you know, you've got this nice nest and die shape. However, you've got this really nice stitched oval. So obviously, nested. And it is close to a straight edge die, which I like. You know, I like nest and dies that are a straight edge, or what I mean by that is not so much as a fancy edge. Whereas this just, it's not overly fancy, but you've just got that little accent detail with that stitch line all the way around. So it just gives you that little bit extra. Again, you're wanting to look at things that's going to draw your eye in, so that every time you look, it's kind of like you notice something else. And the stitched edge detail, it's maybe not the first thing you're going to notice, but it's certainly over time, third time, fourth time, fifth time you look at it, you start to notice it. So you're just going to layer them up like I've got here. So these ones, I've just got my either adhesive or my pads on the back ready to go. And what we're doing is we are really going to go to town on this one when it comes to the dimension. So I'm going to bring that one in, and then on our top layer I've just got my tape. So we can take that one off, pop this one on. Now the hip hip hooray, I'm not going to die cut all the layers. I'll just quickly go through them again with you. So what we can do is bringing in some of our layers just here. We can bring in that back layer that we will do in our lilac. Then you can do the hooray that we will do in black. And then what we can do is we can get the champagne glass, the cocktail glass. It might just be a bit of non-alcoholic wine, anything that you think. Yeah.
Why would it be that?
Non-alcoholic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never actually tried non-alcoholic actually.
I have.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
No.
No.
May as well just have a soft drink.
Soft, yeah, you may as well, yeah.
Yeah, I went, I think it was Was it this January? I lose track of time. I think it was the January before because we do dry January.
Oh, do you?
Well, I don't. I mean, I don't normally, but I did.
Yeah.
I did it for a month, and it just got to a point where I fancied a beer, and I bought some like alcohol-free beer.
Right. Okay.
I just no.
Kind of defeats the purpose, eh? Like you say, just have a soft drink or fizzy drink.
Can of iron brew.
And that can of iron brew.
Aye.
Why not?
Aye.
Why not?
And actually,
indeed?
we were working out for some. I don't know what. For some reason, there's like more. There's more calories in it. I think I found out more sugar in it in the 0% stuff.
Really?
Yeah. But anyway, drink and craft responsibly, everybody.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I may have had a little cheeky alcoholic beverage.
What, already?
While I was no.
Oh.
No. While I was doing my live last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What did you have?
I had a beer.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Last weekend I had a gin.
Wow. Where did you get it from? Asda's, Tesco, Sainsbury's, or any other stores?
No, well, my gin is Bombay Sapphire, one of my favourites. We got that one, and then I filled it with pink Lucozade.
What?
So lemonade, but it's that nice little tang when it comes to the pink Lucozade. Pink Lucozade.
I didn't even know you could get pink Lucozade.
Yeah, you just do. It's comes in a pink bottle, funny enough.
Hey, now you found out why you can twiddle the handle on the MIDI so quickly.
But there you go.
He drinks Lucozade before he comes on
there
the
you
show.
go. You
Gin
can
and pink
see.
Lucozade.
Other brands are.
Oh, come on!
There is your pink one.
Come on! You can't just keep advertising. Seriously, you're on commission from someone today.
No, I'm just sharing the love of my food and drink. Bottle of pop. There we go. So now what we're doing is we've got the word hip. Now what you would do is you would die cut this twice so that you get hip hip.
Yeah.
And then just like we have been doing, Ben, we're just layering it up. So I've popped my little cocktail glass on the back. And even then, without adding any...
Sorry. Producer Johnny. He's going to put hip on there. He's not just putting one hip.
Yeah, doing two.
Yeah.
Doing two. I'm not even going to say what you said.
Oh dear.
Layering them up. So can you see how layering them up without doing any additional dimension of pads or glue gel, because you're overlapping, like here we're going to overlap onto the champagne glass, so you get that sense of depth already in it, because you've got it, so it's coming towards either the foreground, the background, whichever way that you want to think about it. Then we've got all these little stars in that as well, so if we just take these ones up, so let's be careful and take that one up. We've got even the positioning on the outline, follow the outline where you can pop it on, and then we can then bring this one in. We've got tiny little stars as well that then also die cut out. So we'll take this star here. What I'm going to do actually first, before we do that, let's bring in the hooray, because then a couple of the stars is then going to overlap this one. So let's bring this one over the top, and then that's just going to sit nicely onto the base. And this is when it overlaps the star, and then we just keep following that along and just starting to layer them all up. We are unbelievably down to the last 3 minutes. There's a lot of late love coming in for our sweaters or jumpers today. Shannon saying, loving Ben and Craig's sweaters. Yeah, it's the elf and the pudding today. That sounds like a really bad Christmas story, doesn't it? The elf and the pudding. Maureen on Facebook says, love the jumpers today. Great show as usual. Love Craig's demos. And Gwen on Facebook saying, Ben, you're such an instigator. So funny. What have I instigated? You're more of an inspiration than an instigator. Oh, wow. Oh, you. Hey, God. A lot of love in the studio today. Oh, a lot of love. A lot of love. And then I'm going to pop that one there. So then what I've just done, I'm going to just assemble these ones fully at home, Ben. I've got one finished here, but you can just pop your sentiment or your nested layers there. Pop your hip hip hooray. I've even just got a couple of bows that we could bring in there, and then the little circles that are then the bubbles for your champagne, I've just die cut them a few times just in a lilac, and then you can pop them around your card, which then would give you that effect just here. So you've got the black and white on the background, you've got that bit of ivory, I keep saying ivory, it's lilac, that breaks it up, and you've got that real monochromatic on the back, but then you've got that bit of brightness when it comes to the pastel lilac on the front, which is all from that 12 by 12 pad.
Brilliant once again. I tell you what, if you were looking for a collection which is going to bring you lots of versatility and lots of ways to be able to craft with, then this is a great collection to go for. Oh, you do get the paper pad with it as well, by the way. I've hidden that down there. There you go. There we go. Let me just put it there. Stay. So all of that you get for £60 or $75 today. Make sure you check out your baskets, check out your carts. That is not it from us though, because we are going to be back, the dynamic duo or something, back in an hour's time. Looking forward to Craft House? We are indeed, I certainly am. I know you are as well, so it's my chance to get my hands on something that we just launched the other day. Certainly is, and we're going to be joined by a wonderful guest as well. The brilliant Sharon Callis will be with We Too. So listen, go and get yourself a pink Lucasade, and we will be back here with you in an hour's time on Crafters TV. Bye for now. Bye.